Do you like it up there, pussycat? Hey? Okay, well it's soaking in the vinegar now, so I've been wire brushing it and soaking it, and that'll come up nice, no problem. Good morning, YouTubers. It's early morning and it's raining, spitting quite lightly. You'll notice our neighbour has left. That's the way with boating world, you know, you get a boat pull up and you make friends with people, and then they leave and you don't see them again, or you might see them again. Speaking of people you see again, we got a message this morning from Mr. Bond, who we haven't seen since the Ministry of Defence in London in November last year. And he's here with his boat. His boat's over there somewhere. And they've gone into Gibraltar to get breakfast and cigarettes and things, and we'll probably bump into them later on. Anyway, I haven't seen you since the Ministry of Defence last year.
You haven't.
We weren't at the Ministry of Defence, we were outside the Ministry of Defence.
Well, defending the ministry.
Yes. No leaks there, look. Nada.
Yeah, I know. It used to actually pour down the wood. That's why you can see underneath the aerial and over there, the filler that we had to put in. That's where fresh water, nothing will rot wood like fresh water. And there's nothing coming in except that bloody window. But that's going to stop soon, but nothing.
Oh, your windows are supposed to arrive today.
I know, it's so exciting. I mean, look at this. It's just such a victory for me to see this wood has gone pale where it's gone fucking dry. Oh my god. We even tried pouring resin down here once upon a time because we didn't know where the water was coming in. And it started to bubble and smoke, do you remember? Oh my god, and we were like, oh no, new problem. And we had to pour loads of water down it, because fiberglass resin can actually catch fire all by itself under certain circumstances. Oh my god, I'm actually enjoying this. I'm saying, come on, rain, come in the boat, because this is your last fucking chance. This is never, ever gonna happen again, so go for it. Enjoy your last party. This here, right, everybody? I was telling, who was it, Kay? I said, have a look at this. We had to cut that hole to get the fucking chairs in, because we bought them and they turned up at 7 o'clock at night. So there was nothing we could do. They couldn't stay out on the pontoon. They're gigantic, those big round chairs. And it was a struggle to get it through, but so I've got to do a bit of carpentry rebuilding now. That was 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's another job to do. And those chairs are staying on the boat.
Oh, they're not going
They'll have to be dismantled to be removed.
Yeah, take a chainsaw and cut them off. But they're fabulous, those chairs. They're so comfortable. We're winning, Graham. We're getting there. And what I'm finding is more jobs I'm doing is actually clearing an area because I'm using materials that I've had sitting waiting. Yeah. And then I'm done with them. They've been used. And little bit by little bit, it's starting to come good. Of course, this is the time a load of visitors decide to turn up, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, they always turn up at the wrong moment, don't they? But the really good news is, my biggest critic is Benji. And he is really impressed, because he knows this boat better than we do. And he cannot believe what I've done on the windows, because he said, don't do that, Mum. Oh, my God, it's going to look like a pig's foot. And when he saw what I'd done, he said, how did you do that? Did you have a template or something? I said, no, just put the electrician's tape down. It was just a guess. And he went, no way, you didn't even measure it. So I'm quite thrilled, because actually most of the time he doesn't care what we're doing. But he is really, really impressed. And he said to me, it'll let rain in, it'll let the water in. And I filmed it and shown him, and he went, I can't believe it, you fixed the problem finally.
There's not a drop, there's not a drop coming through anywhere.
Not even here, not even in the little tiny corner that is all rotted away. This is all like 1970. Same age as me, this wood. Looks better than me. Yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible. We have finally... The big test for me next year is going to be, because the window tint is on, they're very black from the outside. When the sun is on them, they do get very hot. So I'm wondering if the temperature of the glass, somehow the resin will curl up or chip away. Well, we'll see. But even if it does, I can renew it at the end of the summer next year. It's not a big deal now. I've got the major window framing. The major thing will stay. It's, you know, just don't. But I mean, it's fused to the glass all the way down anyway. Water is still not going to get in. So I mean, let's say, I don't know, I'm dead next year or something. The water is not coming in. It'll never come in again. I bet that part of the boat will outlast the rest of the boat.
And you're going to do the same to the 3 front windows, aren't you?
Yes, I am. 5 front windows, because I've got the 2 big, massive ones, and I'm going to reduce them in height by 10 centimetres at the top, 10 centimetres at the bottom, because the new windows are 40 centimetres. The big front ones are 60. So I'm going to and because they're so long, they're going to look like really mean. And if you look at super yachts, these days, in the 70s, they had massive windows like in a house. But these days, boat builders have realised you don't need massive windows on a boat because you've got a 360-degree visibility. It's a different perspective on a boat. So they actually have really quite small windows on super yachts compared to the... So I was talking to Ben about that, and he went, "Oh no, that'll look silly, Mum." I said, "It won't. It won't. Trust me, kiddo, I know what I'm doing." Isn't it funny how a 21-year-old thinks that he knows way better? Got so much life experience, hasn't he? Bless him. What does he say?
Bondage. Bondage.
Yeah, he calls you bondage.
Yeah, because it's no fucking basis claim to it. It's just.
I remember you telling outrageous stories about some of your past activities with both our 2 children outside the Dolphin office, and Faith went bright red when you were, because you used to rent out premises to various different types of people.
Yes, I did do that for many a time.
The pricking story.
Oh no, we're not fucking Fiona. Fucking get the wife on and she's fucking all over it and shit.
She's terrible.
Filth she is.
But you were telling
Filthy Fiona. That's what we call her.
Really colourful and amusing story, very loudly outside the Dolphin office. And when you finished, I mean, the kids, Benji was tiny and he was just...
I'm shocked myself.
Faith just went bright red and had a shocked expression. But when you went off on the Dolphin trip, Tim said, "I do wish Ben would not tell those kind of stories when I've got customers coming in and out, checking in and out on the Dolphin boat." He said they're outrageous stories.
There was a really funny story that Ben used to tell.
We can't do that one on YouTube.
The man's still in fucking mental health, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
I think so.
Oh,
We don't want to cause a relapse at this point.
So, just without telling the story, it was a story about Ben and his best friend at school.
He wasn't my best friend, no.
And the hot
What, the
cross
guy that
bun.
you were doing
No,
the
he
thing
wasn't.
with?
Oh no, well, that we were proliferating it with, not the guy it was about.
Yeah, your mate's
yeah.
okay, is he? The one you were having a laugh, you know, you were up before the
You're doing like
headmistress.
fucking cocksuck, you fucking symbols, you older. Stop it!
You'll have to bleep that out.
She'll
No,
get
but
banned.
the guy you were up in front of the headmistress.
Let's just fucking leave this whole story alone.
Okay.
There's many things we can talk about, but, you know,
they
getting
were
expelled from school is not one of them.
They were hilarious. Well, the hot cross bun.
Oh, yes!
That's another one. It's not right. It's not right. If it was a normal human being, then that happened to it. Of course, but I can't remember you remember this shit. How do you remember this shit?
Because it was hilarious.
I fucking don't remember it till you bring it up.
It was the way you told it.
You were really drunk when you told us that hairnet story. And the hot cross bun.
Fucking hell. Hot cross buns and hairnets, they don't get...
We can blackmail you, Ben.
I'm not actually this northern, I've spent 4 weeks at sea with a fellow well, he's not a fellow York. I'm not a Yorkshireman, with a Yorkshireman, and we've been doing impressions of a Yorkshireman and a Yorkshire woman at the same time, of different stories. One,
you've been role playing with
the Yorkshire woman ripped me off for £1,200, and the Yorkshireman has set me on some of the most dangerous jobs on the planet. You know, more than. I was going to say more than a soldier, but at the moment it looks like it's the balance is changing. But yes, you know, but they both talk like this, right? So what I've been doing all the way through this voyage is me and my mate Lewis, who kind of talks like this, but not like this. He's a Yorkshire lad. He talks like this, right? And I'm a Lancastrian, so I do.
You're Blackpool, aren't you?
I'm a Blackpudlian, a Sandgrown. Well, I'm not a Sandgronan because the Sandgronan, the generations come from Blackpool. Both my parents come from the south of England, so I'm not
That's true. Yeah.
I'm not one of those people. But we're doing impressions of this man who employs me from time to time.
And this is going on YouTube, Ben, so be careful what you say about this man who employs you.
From a chap and a woman, but they're both from Yorkshire.
Right.
And all you have to do, the woman goes like this, right? The woman talks like this, and the man talks like this, right? It's the same fucking accent, but you just tone your voice down. So one goes, oh Ben, you have my word, you'll get that money, okay? Like that. And he's like, don't you worry about that, it's only a fucking thunderstorm. It's only a water spout that sunk a fucking super yacht, you crack on. Yeah, like that. And so what's happened is that over the past month, we have slipped into this accent now as part of my persona. It's coming because it's such a part of our daily routine. Is banter between two people. We're going. We wake up in the morning. You're on dog watch. You're waking up at 4 a.m., 3 a.m. and it's raining. It's black. It's thunderstorming. You know what I mean? And you're knackered and you've had 2 hours sleep and you're tired and you're wet. You know what I mean? Night watch is a bitch. If you know what it's like. Without
not really.
Okay, well, but it's a bitch getting up on an open top yacht. Where you're open to the elements on a sailing yacht, aren't you? As opposed to a motor yacht. You're in the nice cosy bridge with your cup of coffee. You're coming up in your oil skins, which are still wet.
From yesterday.
And you know what I mean? You're putting them on and they feel wet, and you've got to find a way to
man up and
So we're like, oh bloody hell, what's wrong with you? It's only torrential rain and a bit of it's only 50 knots. Don't worry about 50 knots. I've fucking sailed around the world with 50 knots on the nose. It's been no problem, like that. And so, forgive me throughout the entirety of this interview that I keep slipping into voices like this. That's where it's come from, because I spent the past month talking like this 30% of the time. Okay?
I thought you meant you were cosplaying with your male crew at sea.
Oh no, we don't have time for that. And
right.
It's actually a male and a female.
Oh right, okay.
Well, we've got to have a female. Someone's got to cook, you see.
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm joking, all women. It's not a woman's job to cook. It's a woman's job to clean. No, right, let's cancel this now. Why are you putting me in front of a camera, winding me up, bringing up old memories, forcing me into this whilst plying me with alcohol? This is what the Heskeths do every fucking time. They say, Ben, come out for a drink. Come on, John. Ben, we're in London. Come and fucking have a meal with us. And they go, hey, Ben, have a Guinness. Have another Guinness. Have another. Blah, blah. Right. Fucking speak to the camera, motherfucker.
Tell us those funny stories again.
Tell me that story about that fucking Down syndrome lad you threw across of a fence.
We went to the old War Office. Did I tell you? Did I tell you we went there?
What, in Whitehall?
Yeah.
Well, the war rooms.
The war? No, not Churchill's war rooms. Right opposite Horse Guards, you've got Raffles, the new hotel.
Yeah.
That is the old War Office buildings. It's called Old War Office.
Oh, I didn't know.
Prince William was in there doing his helicopter thing, a while ago. Anyway, me and Fiona went there for afternoon tea.
And how much was that then?
Oh,
70 quid head.
Yeah.
Fucking is, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like very filling, and so we went live.
Champagne included. Or
we went live. No, we had tea actually.
Oh. How boring.
And an egg timer for how long you want to.
How long you want to enjoy the experience?
Infuse the tea for. You could have it mild, medium, or long, or whatever.
Seriously.
Seriously, they brought the egg timer for the tea infusion, and the sandwiches and the cake. It was really nice. I wouldn't do it again.
Triangles.
I wouldn't do it again, but because it's so expensive. But to do it once, you in the super posh hotel, one of the best hotels in London, if not the best. And apparently, the rooms there, you can rent an entire floor, which is a series of apartments, and it's as little as 75 grand a night.
Cheap. cheap.
I think the basic room is 115 or something like that a night.
Did you see you can go to Dumfries House now? I read it the other day.
No.
Prince Charles's Scottish residence. You can have a traditional 17th century dinner in the pink dining room where Charles has his dinners in Dumfries. 375 quid a head.
No, I didn't know that.
And it's all 17th century gear. You know, it's all
Do you
right.
have to dress
fucking-
in 17th
I don't
century
think so.
attire?
I don't think you do.
That's a shame. I think I would enjoy that more.
I'm sure you can't wear fucking, you know, trainers or.
Triangular hat and everything, you know.
I don't think you can.
Stays.
I don't think you can, you know, just go in your trunks.
I think that would be more fitting if you wore the attire.
375 quid. It's a bargain. I think it's 12 course. And, you know, it
Each?
comes out. Yeah, head. But it's you know, quail's eggs, fucking fish soup, pheasant,
'Cause-
fucking whatever.
Charles has got a place
He's got a
very,
few
very
places.
near. Well, he's got loads of places. The man's a billionaire,
Yeah.
but he's the king of England, you know. So he's got
Probably
a lot
not
of
for
stuff dotted about, but he's got an entire estate in a big house that was left to him by the Queen Mother, which is just down the road from Balmoral.
Oh yeah.
If you follow the River Dee from Balmoral, it weaves about a bit down the valley, and then off to the right, he's got this estate. I can't remember the name of the estate, but the Queen Mother left it to him, and he stays there, which is why they've opened Balmoral to the public, because the King doesn't stay there very often. He's got his own pad just down the road.
Or anywhere else, does he? Fucking Buckingham Palace, St James's Palace,
Well,
Balmoral.
I don't think the royals actually like Buckingham Palace that much, living there, but it is the headquarters of the crown, the royal family, isn't it?
Of the family. The firm.
The firm.
Firm.
The firm. But you live in London, don't you? I mean,
Oh well, when I'm there, yeah.
when you're not
When I'm not.
yachting about and doing your stuff.
Yeah, that there, London. I lived there for 20 odd years.
Because Ben's a ship's captain.
Back
these
in the
days.
day when that was a liberal city, you could do what you wanted in London. Back in 2001. The punks.
Has it changed that much in 20 years?
Fucking hell, mate. The punks, the pikeys, the hippies, the mods, the goths, we all just hang about together. But in 2001, you know, there was none of that.
There's always been eras, hasn't
Yeah,
there? Carnaby Street and
but there was never that divide. You know,
Electric Avenue.
there was no divide of subculture back then. You know, we literally
Yeah,
you'd sit there next to a geezer with an orange mohawk. The other geezer's got his painted nails and his black lips, and the other geezer's got his fucking Parker on, and everyone's just having a good time doing, you know, whatever people do when they have a good time. And now it's all like it's going back to the old ways of division, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't live
Well,
there.
you don't fucking live there, exactly.
Yeah.
And neither do I most of the time, to be honest. I've spent as much time in London this year as probably you've spent right here, Graham.
'Cause Ben's a ship's captain, and he drives ships.
I think skipper's more appropriate, captain's a bit grandiose.
Well, same difference, isn't it? And
They-
so you've been off.
I get called it by the mariners, and
You've
that's
been
quite,
off all
quite
summer,
gratifying.
haven't you? You've been off all summer driving.
Off? Oh yeah, on.
Sorry,
On and off.
excuse me.
Fifi,
What have
coming
you been
through.
doing this summer? How many jobs have you had this summer? Moving boats, moving some new boats, some
I
tassy
couldn't
old
tell you how
boats?
many jobs it's been, but it's been all fucking summer, Graham. You know, I've been to Canary Islands about 6 times, south of France once, Sardinia twice, Sicily twice.
You were there when that yacht went
I
over.
sailed past the old base here, and I did, admiring its huge mast as we
So
were.
it was there when you sailed past, and then
We sailed past, and we thought, look at that fantastic yacht.
it sank the
And
same day.
And then everyone, I woke up one morning, I got 25 messages, everyone going, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Why? What's the problem? I've never been cared about so much in my life. What's the matter with you? And they're all like, well, you went past Sicily, did you? I went, well, I did, yeah. They went, did you hear about the... I didn't hear anything about it. You know, I'm a sailor. I don't look at the internet. I don't look at the news. I'm not into that. I'm sailing. I'm staring at the sea going, what shall I do with my life? You know, most of the time. You know.
So did you get to ponder the absurdity of the cosmos?
Oh, mate, I got plenty of time to think about the cosmos. You know, I'm very busy. But at the same time, I get plenty of time staring at nothing but water and beautiful cloud formations. I'm like, oh, that one looks like a kangaroo, look. You know, there's stuff like that.
Have you still got star charts?
What, that spinning thing? Have you seen that?
No, on the app on the phone.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant the Philips thing that looks like a vinyl record.
stars,
Yeah,
or-
well, yeah.
Because
Yeah, I've still got
Fiona's
that,
getting
yeah.
into stars.
Well, so
She
you
wants
should.
to buy a telescope.
Bloody good choice. I think pretty good round here. Not too bad anyway.
Well, we met a couple that came
Excuse
out very
Pardon my
recently,
French.
and yeah, we were talking about stars, weren't we?
Yeah.
And
I like to pretend
so
I'm knowledgeable about it. but
she's
I'm
really
not.
got.
Did you know
The
that
bug
there
now.
is some sailors that are really good? They can navigate astro-navigation.
Yes.
I met someone who was quite an old guy and a sailor, and he was really impressed. He says, you know, it's really difficult to do that. He couldn't do it.
It's a fucking blag though, because you know why?
Do you think?
Yeah, it's 100% blag. You know why? They're not navigating by the stars. They're navigating by the sun. If you
How
take-
do they do that at night?
Well, they don't. They never take sights at night. You're sailing along, right?
What?
You say astro-navigation. You're looking up at Orion's belt and going, if I look at that and I do this and I do that, I know where I am. That's
but
bollocks, right? Tell you what you do.
You need the
take-
current
you take-
logarithm
Right,
table.
you think the thingies, but at the end of the day, you need the sextant, don't you?
Yeah.
But what you do, you find the midday sun. You need the sun, actually. So it's not actual natural navigation, it's fucking solar navigation, right?
Don't you have a GMT watch that gives you the time in GMT at all times?
My time is at GMT all the time, Graham.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
it
just
is.
set his watch. So you don't have local time as well.
GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. I just add one on. Everyone's like, how do you know the time all the time? Well, I keep it on Greenwich Mean Time and they add the hours on. Because some people use their fucking phone, don't they?
But look,
and the phone
look,
changes when you go
that's-
through time zones, so you never know what's going on, do you?
That's got a separate hand which is always on GMT, and then it shows local time.
Oh, I see. Oh no, I'm not literally on GMT.
I'm on 1600 for GMT. Look.
Oh yeah, look, so am I.
1600
Look,
and
yeah,
a
but
bit.
look, I've just an hour behind on my watch.
So you see,
And I
we've
think
had this
I'm in
argument
Spain,
before about
so I have an
pilot
hour
watches
on,
and
you know,
captain's
if
watches,
that-
because
if you set
knowing
it to do what it does, if you set it to change every time zone, sometimes you go an hour ahead,
Yeah.
and then you go around the coast and it goes an hour behind. So constantly you don't know what's going on.
tell the people why it's really important to leave your watch on GMT no matter where you are in the world.
Because you know the time, you know you figure out where you are. You figure out where you are in the time zone, right? You look at your watch, and you add it on. Is it? Well,
So what
they
time
call
is
it UT plus one, but it's GMT,
What
which
time
is
is
a
it on your
Britishism.
watch in GMT?
4:20 in the afternoon.
How would you know it's afternoon and not morning?
Well, it's fucking
It's daylight.
daytime,
And you
isn't
know
it,
where
mate?
you
Come
are.
on.
But,
Don't do trick questions with me.
but if you were in other places in the world,
The southern hemisphere.
you see now that one,
Bloody
that
southerners.
you know you're at 1600.
Oh well, I do like that, and I do like the rotary watch, Graham. It's very nice.
It's a cheapie.
You've got a little.
Yeah,
Oh, I
you
love
can.
it.
That's
It's a cheapie, is it? I
that's
thought
nighttime
Rotary
and
was
that's daytime.
reasonably decent,
No, it's reasonably alright.
They're
Yeah.
not fucking cheap.
They're not dear.
No, no,
Rotary's alright. I've
yeah.
got a few rotary
I
watches.
just think of that like Masonic dinner organisation.
Oh no,
The
no,
Rotary
no,
Club.
no.
I have a question for you.
Go on.
Do you miss Dolphin Safari?
That's a tough one. To be honest, I was in Gibraltar today.
He mentioned Bayside Road.
To be honest, I don't mention the bullshit that come with it. The flyer in, the fucking where's your performance targets, the terrible pay. But as I came round the what's the fucking lighthouse called again?
Europa Point.
Euro. I knew that. I was saying to me, mate, fucking it's on the tip of my tongue. What's it called? I was coming around there and I thought, I do miss just wandering around the rock on a boat, going, look at dolphins. Did you know that they live for about 20 years and they eat about 5 kilos of fish a day? And my friends were like, wow, how do you know that?
Dolphinus.
Look, I said, look,
Dolphinus.
they're not hunting now. Look at them. They're just sleeping. Look at them. You know, stuff like
Was
that.
it-
I know.
was it-
I'm fucking knowledgeable about it. So you know, from Dolphin Safari, I gained
Have
a
you
hell of
been
a
into
lot.
Sea Timbo?
No, not yet. I'm going to
Oh,
go.
you
to
must
it. I'm
do.
going to.
You must
I
do.
will.
Was
It's
it-
100% on my list. I was just cruising for an English breakfast this morning. I ain't got time to say hello. I've got.
He
get
used to
in
work
at
for
12 o'clock.
Dolphin Safari. That's how we know him.
I did. Yeah, I know these guys from the old
And he was
Dolphin
absolutely
Safari.
useless.
Dolphinus.
Dolphinus.
Wombfish.
You were actually quite good on the sails.
He was.
No, I wasn't. I got no one in on. I
Yes, you
I
did.
fucking
Yes,
got
you
about
did.
3 people in about a year and a half.
You did all right on
honestly.
the tips as
Oh,
well.
look, hey, tips was a different matter, wasn't it? Do you remember that 200 job? I wish I'd never mentioned that. Fucking Tim went
You see,
ballistic, didn't he?
I went ballistic. You should.
Oh, you went
should-
ballistic.
You
You went
should have kept
ballistic.
it to yourself.
Well, I couldn't. Tim watched me
Do you know
geezer fucking
why?
count it out
Do you know
in front
why?
of my face.
You weren't man enough to pull a granny trolley, and I needed 2 journeys to take all the stuff in for that private
And the
shelter.
pink balloons.
And you went, I'm not towing a granny trolley. No, you wouldn't touch the pink balloons.
I didn't want to
either.
sell fluffy dolphins. I don't want to stand on the street going, would you like dolphins, to every local in the world of Gibraltar who doesn't fucking want a dolphin. You know, because I don't know who they are, do I? So I'm just asking Gibraltarians.
Busted.
No, sorry, people.
Racist.
I love you. I love you, people of Gibraltar. I like the way you talk like this. It's very soft and gentle.
Yeah, but you're supposed
So
to
you
look
didn't
for
say
tourists.
it's a fucking time warp one time.
What's a time warp?
Gibraltar.
Well, it is a time warp, isn't it? Look, fucking kids. Bless them. Anyway, let's not start.
You're supposed to look for tourists, people with shorts,
I know,
on flip-flops,
well,
pasty white skin,
I'm a sailor,
big
not a
map.
salesman. You know what I mean, Graham? And
camera around
and that
the
was
neck.
the mistake. Get him out there, standing on the street. I'm not a pundit. I'm not a salesman. I don't like selling stuff, Graham.
Dolphins.
You know, selling
What
shit
does this
for me.
remind you of, Ben? Go and check on the people.
Fucking hell, yeah, that one, yeah. Well, that's my speciality, wasn't it? Go and keep the customer relations, yeah, and
But
whatever
you
it was.
would only say that when we couldn't find dolphins. Ben, go and check
Yeah,
on them in a force 4.
Yeah. Ben,
Here's the Nodo pen, you know what to do.
men, we've got 25 pissed off Jewish people. Go and make them happy. And I'll go, Ishmael, I'm sorry.
Revalidate
Trip
their
is
tickets.
deleted. the trip is delayed for another 2 hours. 2 hours. Don't worry.
We're waiting for a family.
Yeah.
Do you know I got
They never showed up. They never showed up, that family, did they? Never. Those bastard families.
Stop it, Ben.
With
Don't
their
put that-
coaches. Those coaches that never showed up with those families. Damn them. But no, I don't miss it, and I wouldn't be happy with the uniform now. I like the blue polo shirt with the newer logo. You know, I'm like
I
that.
don't think they wear a uniform.
They fucking do. I've seen them.
What do they wear now?
They haven't
They got the epaulet. Last time my mum said, "Oh, dolphin safari," or something. You know, my mum tells me more about dolphin safari than I do. And they still got the dolphin. The geezer. They had some geezer that looked like a South African, and he had dolphin epaulets. I'm sure of it. Anyway,
That's
the
true.
the bottom line is, if I was the boss of that business, I would go in there. I would gut that office out. Gut it out. I would replaster the walls. I would tint the windows metallic blue. I would have a uniform logo, which actually, the one that was used to be on the old blue polo shirts with the little dolphin jumping on, I think was more stylised than all of the,
I designed that.
You know, oh, there you go then. You know, I would get rid of epaulets because there's no rank on a fucking whatever boat, right? Listen, and then I would get rid of the net curtains. I'd have a screen in the window, yeah, where Tim can still do the thing like that underneath, yeah, right. But I would have a screen there with the fucking sailing times that you can update from a computer inside and say, we are sorry we're experiencing delayed to maybe with a little Met Office update underneath and the success rate and what we saw and the photos, of course, Graham, playing through, which play through the night. So when you're closed, when the office is closed, people are coming out of Charlie's, coming out of whatever the other fucking bar is called and all the rest, and it's all there, you know, illuminating the pathway. Yeah, no net curtains, no fucking mismatched desks, yeah, doing what the All
Ben,
Abroad did.
When was the last time you went in the office?
I walked past it today.
You can't possibly have done. There's no net curtains.
Well, maybe not the net. I
And
didn't look.
all the furniture matches.
Oh,
That
okay.
was
And the
years
walls
ago
have been
when you
painted.
were
Look,
You haven't been
this
in there.
was years ago.
You
But I
were
would,
avoiding eye
the
contact.
gold
weren't you?
dolphins would be melted down and turned into ammunition.
Don't mention those. We shall not name. Don't.
They're the things you rub on the belly like a Buddha to wish you luck. I would have the matching uniforms, none of these fucking mismatched, you know, with the nice Cool Max t-shirt, polo shirts in
The
that
thing
nice
is-
blue with that logo, yeah, and everyone who stays for more than 6 weeks gets their name on it as well, printed on, right? The screen in the window, tinted window, so you can't see in. The only thing you see is the logo on one window and a screen on the other window, which is cut out of the tint, yes, put in there, and that's connected to whoever is the main framer of that.
Well,
Overhaul of the flies, overhaul of the thing, get rid of what's her name, Valentine's missus, and you know, get some sexy Lithuanian girls in there with nice little short pleated skirts, yeah, who speak 5 languages and go, would you like to go see this office, yeah? Who would every man would go,
Sounds
"I don't
more
want-"
like you want to be a pimp.
Well, I am a pimp, you know that. I just don't have any women or well, I'm not really.
It was a charmer with the ladies, as I recall. He always got his photograph taken with the most...
That's the thing with the epaulets. They all wanted
Yes.
a picture taken with
We
Graham the captain.
started
Everybody.
people
We
off.
sold loads of tickets.
I'm not an epaulet.
No, you're not. But
Unless you
he
want
was
something
out, he was out.
grandiosely, you know.
What we did, we got the white shirts in, and we had the tip bucket, and we had the epaulets. That was
And the
the
red
that was
carpet.
the beginner. That
White
was the
shirts,
beginner.
sweat stains.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
No.
We didn't suffer from
Everyone,
sort of
they don't wear them anymore. They don't wear any uniform, Ben.
But we had this theory
They
that
don't
if
wear.
we,
No, they don't wear any uniform at all.
I saw
There's
what's her
only
name there today. Actually.
No, there's only
I
about
saw
3
what's her name
people.
there today as well.
who?
Who?
Val's girl.
She. Oh, forget that. Forget Ben.
I saw
Don't.
it.
She's the only one left.
Really?
There's
Well,
only
I'm
about
surprised.
3 people work there.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Kaiser works. Did you know
Yeah, but-
Kaiser?
Kaiser,
Yeah, of course he does.
Tim, even Conchi. I've got a soft spot for Conch.
She hasn't been in for ages.
No, I wouldn't put it on. Fucking hell. I would, if I ran that business, I'd show up once a week to cash the money.
How many
And that's
times?
it.
How many times did Conci fire you?
Never. I don't think
I
she
don't
ever
think she ever
fired
did.
Ben.
No, I resigned once, and then I got re-employed again, didn't I?
Did you?
Did you remember? I
No.
quit. I quit to go and work on the super yacht on Greg's yacht.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you went away. You
Yeah,
moved
that-
away, and then you came
2000
back. Yeah,
2015. So I worked a year.
Yeah.
I did my full season. Well, I did April to December. We went for the Christmas dinner in the Walk, didn't we? Which was
That's
a good,
right, yes.
Which was a good do. It was a good do, that one. The second one was a bit lame, wasn't it? But that was a good do. We had what's her name and whatever.
Alex.
Yeah, and you know it was good.
You were with us in the walk. Were you with us in?
I
Was
was
you
in
with
you
us
with
in
the-
Bruno's?
Yeah, I
Did
came
you
for
bring
Bruno's
that?
as
Years-
well. Yeah, but that
years
one was a bit.
later.
But that one was a bit, you know. Somebody needed to introduce drugs to that, and it was
I'm
a
afraid
great
your
party.
phone is going to blow straight into the water. The
No,
stick
it's
keeps
not.
doing
It's
that.
not.
They're
It's
waterproof, these iPhones now, anyway, aren't they? But anyway, and then I buggered off for 15, 16, so 3 years. Yeah? Didn't I? And came back and did 6 months. Again. Sucker for punishment.
Then
I
you went
came
away,
back.
and I think you came back again.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, after
didn't.
the
No.
virus, you were staying on this boat.
No, I
No,
came
he
back.
was
No, I
staying
wasn't
on
You were
some
working.
staying on our
Viking.
boat.
He was
No,
on some
he was,
Viking.
no, he
okay,
was living on our boat.
I stayed on your boat, but I'd come back from another job, and then I went off. I'd done
Right.
the delivery of another boat, but I came and
And
stayed
then he
here for.
moved on to Sun Viking, I think, after you were on our boat.
And then
No,
Tim
Sun
sold
Viking.
Tim
Sun Viking was before.
Was it? Right.
2018, Sun Viking.
Oh, right, so you had the accommodation and the
So I
job,
came back.
right,
I'd done
yeah.
that. I split up with the missus, and then came back here for 6 months. Lived on Sun
That's right.
Viking. And obviously Graham's sarcasm got the better of me, because Graham was like, "Oh, he's done the bedding for you and he's cleaned it all out for you, Mr. Bond." I got there, I walked into a spider's web that Temple of Doom couldn't have rustled up. And I'm an arachnophobic, and I went straight into this fucking web that was so strong it was like fucking.
Where was
that? Just fucking here on some right here, right here in this pouring here. I went, Jesus Christ! And then a cockroach ran across the room. I went, ah! Oh, where's this clean bedding? Fuck no! The lights didn't work. I managed to find something soft to sleep on in the night with no light, no fridge.
Didn't you have
with
to run the
cockroaches.
extension into your?
Yeah,
your
they had
boat?
to plug me a thing. I had a light in there. And then
Can
they
we
said,
just clarify you're not talking about our boat?
no,
You-
we're talking
right,
about
good.
the Viking, the Sun Viking. Which, may I say, I dolled up very well, and it sold.
You did.
It sold later that
It
year.
did,
I
it
polished
did.
the wood. Do you remember we did the sign, the gold leaf of the word Sun Viking? I
Yes.
polished the plaque, varnished it, and then the letter in Sun Viking took gold leaf paint, did that. I sanded all the tow rails. I stitched the spray hood, yeah, which was falling apart, yeah. Bleached the whole fucking place out, yeah. Took pictures through that fucking fridge, which was not a boat fridge, it was a 240 volt fridge from a house in the 1970s, which Tim...
Oh yeah, you put it on the aft deck, so it was like a table. You
No,
put
Tim
a-
found in the
It
bins.
fucking, I winged it. I got someone to lift it and we took it and it went. And when Tim realised it was gone, he was upset. But at which point the boat was sold, so what can he say? And if it was
Right.
there, he wouldn't have sold the boat, because you can't get your legs under the bloody table. And plus the bloody thing don't work because it's 240 volt and... Anyway. Right? So don't get me wrong, I sold Sun Viking. And not only that, I found him a buyer for Sun Viking previously, about 4 years before, where I said someone wanted to pay him £20,000 on the Dolphin boat. This guy went, oh, there's a boat for sale. I said, oh yes, it's this one anyway. Oh, it's a classic. He said 20,000. Tim went, he can fuck off. 20,000. He did. He told him to fuck off, and guess what? He sold it for 19,000 4 years later, after paying 4,000 a year.
Moorings.
Listen to me. Yeah. No, let's not forget this. But instead, we'll do the whole charade. You can spend 16 grand. You can lose 16 grand on the 20 grand you could have had. Yeah. Come on, do the maths. You got 4 grand for the boat.
That was just for those 4 years. He had it a lot longer than
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
Oh, right,
but he could have sold that. That guy said, I'll give you 20 right now for it. And Tim went, fuck off. He didn't even go, I'll consider it and I'll get back to you. He told him to blatantly fuck off. Does Tim watch these fucking podcasts?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, bloody hell, Tim.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, well, you
He's
remember
a big
that?
subscriber.
You remember, I sold your boat, not you. You found the buyer.
It'll be in the comments section right now.
Here's
Type in a
another
great
guy.
big long
Here's another guy.
fucking-
The Israeli guy that bought the boat. I'm still in contact with today.
Is it doing well?
Is he happy with it
How's
still?
the boat?
Well, they're doing fuck all. They're getting bombed by it.
Right,
They're in Israel. They're under attack. No one's yachting in Israel now. Jesus Christ. Yachting?
So where is it, in Tel Aviv Marina?
Right, I don't know, Tel Aviv Marine. I don't know where they keep their boats, the Israelis. I don't know. I'd keep them in England, to be honest. Far safer. Or I would create Iron Dome for boats.
Are you getting
Yacht
picked?
Dome. Yacht Dome.
Yacht Dome.
Yacht. The dome of yachts.
Yacht Dome sounds quite
Just
good
at
to
the
know.
door. You try and bomb my yacht, and these fucking hypersonic missiles will take them out.
Was it you that said, what was it called, Roman Abramovich? He had lasers taking your cameras out when you tried to pop him.
It does. We,
What was that
this
about?
Has been, well, I don't fucking know. I've heard it from about 3 sources, so I believe it's real.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
what was that yacht called?
Eclipse.
Eclipse, that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
And the other one's called. Any guesses?
They're in Turkey, aren't
Any
they?
guess? Any guess what
Did
he's
I meet you?
Icarus.
Lunar.
Luna.
Lunar eclipse.
Ah.
Oh, he's fucking clever with his names, isn't he?
Ah.
I'm glad I don't work for him. Although I'd be very, very rich and better well dressed.
Yes.
I wouldn't have the same Casio watch on my wrist that I had in 2010. Which is falling apart so much I'm using O-rings.
I tell you what.
O-rings to hold the strap on.
Is that the original watch that you've always
That
had?
is the watch I've
G-Shock.
always
No
had.
way,
Solar
it's the
powered.
same
Look at it,
watch.
falling apart. All the text has come off. I've had 2 straps, to be fair, and this is the second strap. At which point the straps are now so expensive I could actually buy a new G-Shock.
Did
for
you actually
£40
have to
more.
replace the battery or did the solar
Never.
power?
This has been solar powered since 2010.
I'm impressed.
You talk about smartwatch, eh? There's one right there. It's solar powered. It tells the time,
Well,
and if you
I'm
want it to, it can tell you world time.
Blowed.
Made in Japan by the Nippons. Amazing stuff.
Clever chap.
What were you saying about a kid going into school saying they're a cat?
Oh, don't stop.
Oh no, you've got to.
I'm going to upset a whole
No, you won't.
generation of children, Fiona.
Don't
Don't
worry.
make me do that.
None of the children subscribe.
Are any of you fucking kids Furbies? You better not be. Right, get a grip of yourself. It's all fair and well putting a pair of cat ears on. I used to have a dragon's tail. I used to wear it at festivals. I don't think I'm a dragon. Okay? Anyway.
There was a guy who worked at Dolphin Safari. He was a friend of yours. He used to wear a tail.
Yeah, the
And he had
monkey's tail and the
That's
roller
right.
skates. He thought he was going to revive the sales technique of Dolphin Safari. He says, I'll sell him because it worked
So
very
did you. You said he'd be brilliant at sales.
Excuse
it was
me.
rubbish.
It worked a treat in Camden Town, flyering in Camden Town. Richard Dick, as we like to call him, was fantastic. He honestly, all the bars and venues in Camden Town would pay this guy because he wasn't going, uninterested person on the flyer. He was bombing it down the street on fucking 1970s roller skates with a monkey's tail, a fucking whatever it is, a trilby, I can't remember. Yeah, going, come to the roller disco, come to the thing, come to the whatever night, come to whatever, and it went down a treat. So I thought what you need to do is revitalise the dolphin safari flying technique. Oh, fucking hell, see that?
Then he never sold a single dolphin
Well,
ticket.
no, but
not a single
yeah,
one.
but you only employed him for 5 days.
No,
Yes,
he was there longer.
no, he wasn't.
Yes,
He
he was. And Conch used to say, "Why you wear monkey tail?" And I think what really messed him up was she positioned him in Ocean Village, which has got cobbled stones and his little roller boots.
Again, this tail business, you know, it's very well. It's all good if you go into the ugly bug ball or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? But it's not a trying technique. But
what were you saying about like teachers in the 70s? What they would have said if a kid came in and said, "I identify as a cat." Because it's a valid point.
It's true. How to deal with Furbies? Are they called Furbies?
I don't know what they're called.
Furbies, kids who think they're fucking cats, right? This is how you deal with them. Step 1, they come into the classroom. I'm not a fucking thing, I'm a cat. Okay then. Well, at dinner time, you're having some whiskers. Yeah? And it's in a bowl, you're going to eat it from a bowl on the floor while all your mates sit at a table and eat chili con carne. However shit it is. Right? Next thing. Every time someone talks to you, you just go, what? You stroke them on the head. Right? You go, kitty kitty. They're not allowed to use doors. They have to use the cat flap. And you put down, they're not allowed to use the toilet, they're allowed to use kitty litter. Right? And this is how we deal with Furbies, right? Because pretty soon they're going to realise they're not a fucking cat and they don't want to live like a cat. And that's how it fucking works in the modern day. You know what I mean? It's the same with many of these delusional
ideas, shall we call them?
These ideologies, I would
Notions.
call them. Ideologies is what I would call them. Ideologies. Yeah? Get a grip of yourself. It's okay. We respect you. Yeah? We respect your thoughts. Sometimes I think I'm God. The next day I realise I'm not. It's okay.